for entertainment purposes only. And if you want true legal advice, contact your own lawyer.
Now it's time to play Case or No Case.
Yeah!
Now I know what you mean when you say semi-smooth.
Yes,
okay.
you're semi-smooth.
All right. Here we go.
He doesn't even have his mic on.
Well, no, but, wait.
You can turn his mic on.
His mic's on. Wait a minute. Todd, do you have the correct headset on?
Oh, no.
See,
Todd blames Cal, and because he puts the wrong headset on.
You had Chris. They had the
yes.
rarely used Chris Rodriguez headset on.
It was go case or no case.
Yes.
Who goes in here?
Roll.
Here we go. Case or no.
Now it's time to play Case or No Case.
Yeah.
Freaking, I'm dealing with idiots.
They are us. A painting by Pablo Picasso, worth $100 million, was sold for just $12,000 by a German Jewish businessman to fund his escape from the Nazis. Laurel Zuckerman said her relative, I believe her great-grandfather, sold the painting to a Paris art dealer in 1938, and the money was used to fund his escape. The former owner, Paul Lefferman's great-grandniece, demanded its return. So she called the museum and said, "Hey, you have my family's painting. I'd like it back, please." They said, "Well, we'll look into it." But the painting was never returned. And so Ms. Zuckerman sought counsel, or Lefferman. I said Zuckerman, I meant Lefferman. Ms. Lefferman sought counsel. By the way, the painting in question, The Actor by Pablo Picasso. And so we will start off with that and ask the question. Mr. Cunin, we'll start with you, because you trail in the points.
Okay.
Case or no case?
All right. Well, this is interesting. Remember, let's see. It was probably about 2 months ago. We did an episode about Bones. Remember that? The TV series Bones?
That's what it looks like. That's the actual picture.
We're looking at that. That'll be interesting one to tweet out. So after we did that, I actually started watching the series Bones, and this was the topic of one of their episodes.
Is that right?
Yes. Now, that doesn't mean that the way they did it is your case, but this is very familiar. I am going to say that, yes, this is a case. I mean, it's hard for me to imagine a scenario where art wasn't taken by somebody. It shows up in a museum, and the rightful owner goes in and says, "Hey, that belongs to me."
Even though I sold it. Now, remember, Mr. Zimmerman sold the painting.
So I'm going to say that this is a case. And I think that the museum will prevail on that basis. I think they're going to be able to show, look, if the person who ostensibly had ownership and control over the item chose to sell it, you might not like it as the heirs or whatever, but it's not yours until he dies. So, yeah. Okay, I think it's a case, and I think the museum gets to keep the piece.
You think the museum prevails. All right, yes. Mr. Penney, what say you? Is this a case or is it nay a case?
Yes, it is a case, and I'm going to tell you I'm going to go a different route.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I think that what happened in this case, and those of you who want to call in 855-LAW radio, and let me tell you, you don't have to get on the air. You can just tell Cal, or you can tweet us at Radio Law Talk, because I think this is a good one to talk about. I think the argument is it was sold under duress, under fraud. I think it was value was higher, and what happens is because of the situation, the duress and the fraud that occurred, he had no choice, and because of that, the painting goes back to the family, and this lady had a great lawyer that said, "Hey, by the way, aren't you related to the guy that had that Picasso at one time?" "Why, yes, let me take that case." Winner, winner, chicken dinner. The lady with the actor Picasso painting hangs in her $120,000 value flat in the kitchen, where it gets all kinds of stains and smoke from cooking on it.
Spaghetti sauce spots
splattered on it. the multi-million-dollar painting. That's it. That's it.
All right, so
I won. I won.
Just give him the points.
Just
yeah.
give me the points.
Well, we'll
I
see.
am the winner.
By the way, you have 14 points
Oh.
before we do this case. Todd has 10, and Denise has 8.
I had a chance last week to pick up 6 points. What did I do? I managed, 2?
Yeah, it was a tough day.
Yeah.
I can't believe people aren't just blowing our phones up on this great one and just saying, Fred, you did it again. We're so glad you're back.
Now, the first point is, for those of you who think this was a case, that would be both Fred and Todd.
Yep,
and,
winner. Yep.
All right,
Yep.
it was a case.
I know.
Now, for those of you who think the plaintiff, the woman, the granddaughter, prevailed,
Give it to me.
That would be you, Fred. Is that?
Give it to me.
Have this correct?
Give it to me. Oh!
Okay, well.
That doesn't necessarily mean I prevailed. I've been here long enough.
Well, the judge ruled that the painting should stay at the museum rather than be returned to his heirs, and an appeals court upheld. Why did she not get it back? You would ask. Was this not Nazi, really forcing, because of the Nazi occupation, forcing the sale? And the judge said, I'd have probably given it to you, but you waited too long. Mm-hmm. The painting was sold in 1938. You're in your mid-30s now.
Yep.
Lefferman's ownership was not even acknowledged until 2011 because of incorrect cataloging. So she said she had an excuse. But the judge said, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think if it came like in the 40s or 50s or 60s or something, they might have got it.
Another relative
Wow.
perhaps could have jumped in. But that, as they say, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 point for Fred and 2 points for Todd.
Wow.
That is a good case or no case, Cal.
Thank you.
I'd say that would be in the top 100.
It'd be in the top, 60 or 70.
Yeah, that's a good case or no case.
Go to the website, radiolawtalk.com. That's radiolawtalk.com.